Hey there! Tired of spending forever seeding nursery trays by hand? Meet the Quick Click Drop Seeder. It makes seeding trays super fast. Just a click and you're done. You can seed multiple trays in no time, making your nursery work way easier. Plus, it works with paper pot trays, microgreens, and any other tray that you have. Say goodbye to tedious seeding and hello to more time on the farm. Join hundreds of other farmers and try the Quick Click Seeder today. Available at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below.
Let's transition to talking about the herbs a little bit. I know you said about 7 years ago, you sort of made that transition to, or from just selling kind of mixed vegetable and some fruit to transitioning toward those. What were some of those first herbs that you guys began to grow for sale?
I would say like so we were still going to market then. And so like our whole thing was, well, if we're going to grow these things, we got to educate our customers of what they
Mhm.
are. So we started with stuff that we felt like that was really easy to, for customers to kind of like ease into. So a lot of your mint family herbs are a good starting place. So like peppermint, spearmint, we did like tulsi, lemon balm, catnip. Some of those were like the first ones. And then you don't want to really discount your culinary herbs because they're also very medicinal in the sense like food is medicine. And you've got like oregano is a fantastic medicinal herb. So we were doing more of that, like the oregano, rosemary, thyme, sweet marjoram, sage, garden sage is a fantastic herb for respiratory, like throat things. And so a lot of those herbs too that we started with hibiscus, lemongrass, a lot of those are like food, like almost like your food herbs, but very like family kid friendly herbs. So it was something that was really easy to take to the market and just say, like, I would make little signs and say, take a picture of this with your phone of a recipe of how you make hibiscus tea, how you, cook your nettle soup or different things like that. And so I think that was the key. We started out with things that were easy to explain how to use.
And how did the customers respond to sort of this kind of new offering at the market and kind of the educating process?
They were really excited, I would say, like for the most part. Like people were really like, oh, what's this? Tell me about this. And in those little like signs that I would make, or I would be there to talk about like this is what it's good for, and this is you can use this if you're, sick with this, or to prevent this, or just as like a nutritive, herbal tea or whatever. And so I feel like the response was overall really, really positive. And I would say around that time, we kind of had like our Instagram going, and a really well-known herbalist now, she saw like I was putting pictures of some of the herbs I was growing, and it was really like, a few plants. Like it wasn't a lot. It was just me like experimenting. And I would just be like, I'm gonna try these. And the next one, like, I'm gonna try some more. And she saw that I was sharing that. And she had a small herbal like Etsy shop at the time. And she said, hey, will you grow? Can I buy some of these from you? And that's sort of like how that started. So I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with social media and Instagram and all of these things, but that is how that relationship formed. And now, her business has taken off. It's incredible. She has over 100,000 like followers on Instagram. Like her business has blown up, and in a sense, we have grown with her. I'd
Mhm.
say like 85% of the herbs we grow go to her. We sent her 600 pounds of medicinal herbs this year.
Wow.
Um, and so like that was one of those like really serendipitous moments of like when that happened, and then after that it followed where more people were interested, we were like, we're on to something, like we're doing the right, like we're in this like the right place at the right time.
Well, COVID helped because people.
So yeah, we started growing in 2018, and then in 2020, so over those 2 years we were trying and experimenting, we were selling a little bit, I'd have a little, and the internet was a huge part of that. Like you talked about starting not having the internet, but the internet, social media, like all of that was the reason why our herbs got so like it was well known really fast, I think. And then yeah, by 2020 we were growing more, and there were a lot of people who were opting out of the medical system during that time, and they were looking for alternatives, and they were looking for support for themselves and their families, and they were looking for what can we do differently here to support us during this time. And it was the herbs, and it was um a lot of things like that that we were growing. And so they were excited to find us, and there was a huge demand that really spiked during that time too. And I like Nicholas, you'll say, or I'll say, like, you were kind of on the forefront of organic growing and being certified organic very early on with the farm. Like you were doing something new before people were doing it. And I feel like even with the herbs, we kind of got into that market early on before a lot of people were doing it. And now it's really cool, 7 years later, to hear people saying like I just read a article, I think it was Real Organic Project or somebody recently, and they were talking about like diversify your farm with medicinal herbs, like to
Mm.
people work into small farms. So it's being talked about more. I think it's awesome. Like I think there should be more herb growers. And there should be like you'll never have enough people growing medicinal herbs, I feel.
Well, and I think that. Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say one thing. It's growing medicinal herbs and vegetables. It's quite different, and so one should definitely, get to know the herbs because they take longer. Um, so you have to be. We started really small, like everything else. I'm always in baby steps. But it's taken us 7 years to get to 600 pounds. Of just one, and that doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a lot on this.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
It's not a lot of like radishes, I guess, but it's a lot of.
That's a lot of trips to the UPS store to drop off boxes.
It's a lot of shipping. It's a lot of the UPS customers or the workers looking at you funny because your boxes smell like fragrant herbs.
But
Yeah. What are you shipping here?
When you go to a farmer's market now, a lot of times you'll see an herbalist selling their tinctures, and those
Mhm.
they can grow them themselves. Obviously, some do, but a lot of those small scale herbalists will grow fast enough where they need more. And so, find your little niche somewhere. Don't. It may still be easier to sell a radish than a lot of. Mint is one thing, but like a lot of ashwagandha. It may still be easier. So, so just keep that in mind. I think diversifying the medicinal herbs is very important, but it also happened because of a relationship we built with this herbalist, and then the other ones followed. But she's the main one, and so build a relationship, and then you can grow with them, and that's how I grew the farm, how we grew the market, how we grown the medicinal part of it. It's just being small.
What that relationship building, and the other thing, I know we veered off your question a little bit, but like something Nicholas always says is like, I only bring the best thing to market.
Absolutely.
I only sell the top quality products. Like, I've taken that, applied it to the herbs. I will not let something go out that I feel like is not,
Clean enough,
like not clean enough, not, like just the highest of the highest quality. And that's something you always really push, because we've seen that not be the case, with farms. And so like that makes people, and granted, like it's not going to be perfect, like a grocery store vegetable, like they're going to look different or whatever. Like they're going to have some lumps and bumps and different colors, but like the quality is the highest that you can produce and send out.
Hello, growers. Want to boost your sales, reach new customers, and streamline your sales process, all from your home office? Ready Farmer 1, my book, is your ultimate guide to making it happen. Imagine increasing your farm's revenue without ever spending a Saturday at the farmer's market. The book will show you how to create, design, and market an online farm store, learn from real farmers sharing real stories about how they move their stores online, freeing up their weekends and increasing their sales. Get my book, Ready Farmer 1, on Amazon and transform your farm business today.